Wait, this kind of works? Hello? Can you hear me though? Can you hear me though? I think the problem is all of the cords for everything I own are too short. We're just like a little bit scuffed today. It's a bit scuffed. Look, so I'm on a fold out table in front of my desk in my rattiest, wrinkliest shirt. Because we're gardening. Cool table, where'd you get it? My throne. I'm feeding the fish. Hang on. I forgot. Hey. Yikes, crazy plant lady. Seriously? Seriously? Guys, I'm not that crazy. I just like them. I just like them. I just like them. I have to remember that this camera is here and showing the tiniest like corner right here, here. Oh, that's fine. I'm trying not to get my feet out. I'm trying not to get my dogs out, my toes. I'm trying not to get my dogs and my toes out. Okay, you'll never believe me, but Tony actually just did a backflip. Actually. He's upside down. Okay, this is the one time I don't have a fish cam and he's going insane. Do you think he can feel when the camera is on him or something? He's going crazy. I have a bag of worm poop in my room right now. AKA dirt. No, I have actually, I'm not even kidding, 0 dirt. But I do have a bag of worm poop. And there's like, it's 100% concentrated worm poop. No, it actually smells good. Like the worm poop has like, bro, I don't know, like tea leaves or something in it. And it smells good. I don't know, like, I think they were feeding them like beautiful flowers or something. I swear to God, each stream it's something new. Snail cum worm poop, what's next? You know, you have a point. Did I tell you guys about how I like witnessed my snail jizzing all over my tank? Like I saw it. It was disgusting. It was actually nasty. Okay, I'm not gonna leave my hair up because it keeps falling out. So if I get worm poop in my hair, that's kind of life, no? Okay, today I have so many plant chores to do. I went to the store specifically to get this. Ta-da! Look at him. Wait, I can go like this. Look, beautiful. Yeah. What a good camera. It's because this is like the easiest plant to have and keep alive. And it's like low-key one of the coolest looking. So I was like, yo, if I was first like learning about plants, this is what I would do. So I was like, man, I'm gonna show you guys what you should do if you want a plant and you go to the damn store. These are like $9, by the way. Like an orchid is like $9. They're so cheap. So I was like, from the point of getting it at the store, look, I still have the freaking tag in it. From the point of getting it at the store, what you should do with your freaking orchid. And then you can all freaking go get an orchid, yay! By the end of this stream, you should be able to keep an orchid alive, yo. Let me show you the culprit of why this stream took an extra day. This guy. The bark. Oh my god, I'm looking at my list of plant stuff I have to do, and it's massive. I have a lot to do. Sheesh. Demi! Demi, do you have any plants? I did like 3 years ago and they're all dead. Girl, what did you do? I, today, will teach you how to keep them alive. I also have killed so many plants when I lived back in Vegas. But what I didn't know is that, like, okay, plants aren't like a skill, like painting. You know how you hear people say like, "Oh, I don't have a green thumb, or I kill every plant that I buy." But it's kind of like saying I don't know how to cook. Like, yeah, there's like some skill, right? Like in cooking, like you can get a little bit of skill in there, and you add your salt, and you have like your little secret. But ultimately, like cooking is just following directions. Like it's just a recipe. Do you know what I mean? The problem is the thing everyone knows is like give plant water. And that's it. Plants are just science. And they have low key a very small set of rules. A very small set of rules. Sorry, I got distracted. So, if you know what those are, you'll never kill a fucking plant again. It's awesome. So I went to the store and I got this orchid to show you how easy it is and like what to do and what the rules are, and to show you that it's so much easier than you think. The biggest problem is people are like, how much water? Like, when do I water? Girl, I got you. We'll get there. We'll get there. They're the easiest fucking plant, but everyone thinks they're so hard. So I'm actually giving you a life hack today, because like when you get your damn orchid and you keep it alive and people come over, they're gonna be like, oh my god, how did you keep that orchid alive? Like, you are so good and awesome, and how did you do that? And then you could just be like, yeah, it's really hard, and I do so much research. Today, we will be making a soil. I'm repotting a couple plants. I'm moving a plant into hydroponics instead of soil. And I'm doing treatments on some plants. I'm gonna make a soil mix. I'm gonna show you the soil that I use. I'm doing too much though. There's a lot of things that you're gonna see me do today that are me doing too much. Like, bro, I measure the pH of my water before I water my plants. Like, I'm doing too much. This is the bark. Yes. Look at this. This is coconut bark. I want to show you this, like, orchid better. Look at them. Can you see? Is that even better? Wait, I can make it brighter. Ugh! Okay, that is too bright. I'm not doing that. That defeats the cozy. That defeats the cozy. You know something so sick about orchids is, okay, I'm gonna try to show this. Do you see the petal on the very bottom? How it's like weird shaped? See, oh wait, I just realized I have to be loud. See how this petal, see how this like petal on the bottom is really weirdly shaped? It's got like a little, like, lip. There's like a lip on it. Every single orchid, there's like thousands of species, and they all have this like, this petal that goes right at 12 o'clock, like right above, and then a modified petal underneath. And these weird shapes that you see on orchids are always this one modified petal. And it is always modified in some way to be like the comfiest landing pad for the bee or the moth or the whatever is pollinating it. It's a comfy chair. So the orchids that created the comfiest chairs for the bees are the orchids that got to live on because they were pollinated and continue. So every orchid you see is the comfiest little bee chair in the world. So cute. Yeah, this is basically a 5-star B hotel. You still getting that L table? I have it. I did it. But I was thinking about getting a U table. A U table. Elbow reveal. Ew. Okay, let's get into it. I'm double jointed. Okay, day one. Day one, you go to the store. You're at Trader Joe's. You're at Home Depot. I got this at Home Depot. You're at Home Depot. You see one of these fuckers. Awesome Beautylicious. $9. You're coming home with me. What is the first thing you do? Nothing. When you bring, okay, everyone at home will be getting an orchid. You're forced. This is your homework. When you get your orchid, which you will right after the stream, right? When you get your orchid, you bring it home, you set it down, and you leave it there for at least a day. Like, I'm about to teach you a ton of stuff that we have to do to the orchid, but don't do any of it on the first day. Because it needs to acclimate to whatever ambient lighting and humidity is in your house. And it's just been living in a near perfect, like, greenhouse conditions. So if you fuck with it, it will die. And another thing, a lot of people, they'll get an orchid, and then as soon as these flowers die, they throw it away. But this isn't a bouquet of flowers, you know? Like, this is a plant. They will come back. So if you give, this is the most common kind of orchid. This is called a phalaenopsis orchid, or a moth orchid. This is what you're gonna see at your store. But if your flowers die, if you're giving this guy the right conditions, they come back. Every single year they come back. And they last like 5 months. So when the flowers go down and die off, that is because it needs to store back up energy again to make more. So these fucking huge solar panels down here need light.com. But a lot of people, once their orchid dies, they shove it in a corner and they'll put it back in the window and it's pretty again and it has flowers. But it won't. It needs light. And so the more light you give it, the faster it'll come back. And it could even bloom multiple times a year. The flowers could last an entire year. They're insane. There could be 5 of these stems that like pop out. So they're so OP and they're like $9. So I have a question. Some of you have had orchids, or your mom has, you know? So there's bound to be one of you that says what I am baiting here. How do you think these are watered? How do you think an orchid is watered? There's like a common trick that like people use all the time. Give it a bottle, carefully, 1 shot glass a week, probably spray it. You guys are better than like 90% of people. Because exactly, if you say ice cubes, me and pomegranate will hunt you down. And that is a threat. We will hunt you down. This is, okay, and this one doesn't have it, thank God. But whenever you get an orchid, there's always this little tab that it has of care. And on this tab, it'll always say, give me an ice cube. Bitch! Bitch! This is a tropical plant. This plant grows in a rainforest. In the heat, you will kill your plant if you are icing the roots of the, oh my God. And it's like such a pet peeve. Yeah. This one does not say that. This one's not bad. Ornamental, not for human consumption. Then what the fuck? Then why did I buy this? I literally bought this to harvest and eat. Okay, let's get into it. I'm gonna get rid of this pot. Something that the growers will always do right is put your orchid in a clear pot. That's great. And I'm gonna be honest, you always will want that. You're gonna want it in a clear pot, always. Because, and this is why this is the easiest plant, orchids tell you when to water them. They have a color indicator for when to water them. So do you see these roots? They look crazy, right? Like that looks so alien. Like that does not look like a root of a normal plant. This shoddy has healthy roots too. So, see how they're a little bit green as well? There's like a light green on the roots. This is because orchids are what's called an epiphyte. Orchids are an epiphyte, which means they photosynthesize from their roots as well. Just like they're like leaves, they photosynthesize. So they stick onto trees and they like grab it. They grow off of a tree, like with their roots out. And the roots aren't in the dirt. So these roots are coming into contact with the sun and like eating the sun, just like the leaves. So when they're green like this, see how they're like kind of green? When they're green, he doesn't need water. And when he does need water, they turn silver. Hello, this is the easiest plant. They turn silver. It's insane, and they've modified to get the nutrients out of the freaking air as well. Insane. So yeah, you do need a see-through pot. But this also means that you need a pot with so much drainage. If you stick an orchid, okay, into a pot like this, which is essentially just a cup, you know, see how there's no hole? It will die. I'm not saying it might, it will die. And it will like quickly die. Because these guys don't grow in soil. They grow in the air. Their roots aren't even roots. They're air roots. So I'm busting this guy out of here. Hang on. Because after you've let your orchid sit for like a day in your home, this is what you're doing next. You're busting all over him. Step 2, bust all over the orchid. Oh yeah. Why are you saying what? Is that a Are you not able to do that? Are you not capable? Take notes, take notes. Oh, I only grabbed one pair of shears. Bust on the orchid. Yep, write that down. He's free! He's free! This is trash. He's free! Look at these frickin' roots, yo! This is a healthy orchid! Damn! So this orchid I got is a rescue. This guy was discounted. He was the cheapest orchid on the frickin' shelf. Wow. I do see some dead roots. I'll show you what that looks like. So these, See this big, chunky freaking root right here? That is a good root. You see this one? It's kind of like paper. That is a dead root. The plant is like, what the fuck is going on? See how this, and this is called the root sheath, and it just came right off, and underneath is the actual root itself here. This means that the root has rotted. So even though there's still a middle part of that, like, root, doesn't matter. You gotta cut it off. Worms. No, green means it doesn't need water. So for me, I can't lie, I would say these, I'll water him just so you can see the color change live. But me personally, I believe it's always better to underwater than to overwater. So I wouldn't probably water this guy yet. But we'll wait. There is one insanely important thing, okay? You're buying this orchid, you're gonna impress all of the shotties by keeping your orchid alive. The number one thing that you have to do to keep him alive is when you take him home, you take his fucking pants off so that you can see his roots, and then you're gonna feel around in there, and you're gonna take out all of the shit that he's living in, okay? You're gonna take all of this out, because I guarantee, unless the standards have changed or something, this guy was grown in a plant plug, which looks like a little, you know, like a plug. And they just keep that shit in there. And it's normally made of peat moss. And so that's gonna hold a ton of water, which, this fucking guy does not like water. He doesn't even grow in the soil. He grows on a tree. These grow on trees. So we need to take that out because it will kill your plant. So what I'm gonna do is remove all of this shit. All of this shit. Sounds like I won't need any shotties with this plant. I feel like he could live on my back. See, a lot of people as well, once you've taken it out of this, once you've taken it out of whatever the hell it's in, you can attempt to, like, mount it onto, like, a piece of wood and then hang it up. Like, it does not need to live in a pot. Normally, this would grow on a tree like this. Wait, actually. Like this. So the flowers would hang down and the leaves would be up higher on the tree and it would be like this. And this, which is called the crown, would be at like an angle like that, so that water never gets into the crown itself here, because this is like a cup. So when you are watering your orchid, do not get water in the crown. If you do, like, just get it out, you know, like with a paper towel. It's not the end of the world, but it'll kill it. It'll die. Just like go straight for the roots, you know? And this guy's living right now in sphagnum moss, which is, you can grow your guy in this medium that I'm removing right now, but it's not ideal because it holds too much water. And normally, you should never, ever, ever, ever repot your orchid if it is flowering. But I think the lesser of evils is getting it out of this, because this substrate will kill it. And if there's a plug in there that they grew the plant in, that will also kill it. I don't have access to my keyboard. Shit. You will have to remind me, Maximus. I'm a little busy. But I got you. Wait, I sounded like one of those like things that goes like I sounded like that. Sorry, buddy. This poor guy, man. Oh yeah, I don't have a lead mod, I think. I think there's not one. Christ, this is like very low quality moss as well. There's like a lot of like plastic strings in it. Which your plant does not want to live in, man. He does not want plastic in his pants. I mean, so far I can't tell if this guy, is living in a plug. I'm gonna remove his sticks so that he's, like, all natural, and I'll put him back on after. Bro, if you were an orchid and someone removed your stick support, I bet that would feel so good. Oh my god. Bro, by the way, I'm doing all of this in dead silence. I have no music. I cannot hear the music. Wait, stop dancing. I'm getting FOMO. I want to know. There's so much moss on this guy. AirPods? I do not have AirPods. Are you pointing that at us like it's a gun? Cause I'm gonna fucking get you, bitch. Okay. Bang. These are the bare roots of an orchid. He's naked! No! He's naked! Alright, so I have a weapon. Every time I use my shears, I spray them first with 70% alcohol. Just because your plants can get a ton of shit. They can get so much shit. Like fungal infections and you know what I mean? And so if you're fucking around with one plant, and especially because you're using shears when you're removing something sussy, you know? So what if the reason that it is sussy is because it's got an infection? I'm just gonna swipe that right, yeah, that's going, yeah, right on the floor, yep. Ah! Oh my god, that was the worst sound I've ever heard in my life. That was actually the, oh my god. Bro, you should see my floor. It is such a mess right now. I'm waiting for this to dry. You don't, if you're ever like disinfecting something with alcohol, you don't like spray it and then wipe it. You spray it and you let it dry by itself. Okay, let me show you dead root. Here we go. See this guy? See how it like stops being green and it turns into like this thin paper? And you can hear it, like it's like paper. That's got to go. This, any leaf, see how this sheath is just slid right off? That means it has rotted and you're cutting that bitch off too. Bye! Now if there's thickness to the root still, and you know, it's silvery, but it still has like a thickness to it and it's not like paper, then you can leave it. But if it's like this, it's so hard to show you. If it's like this, where the sheath just comes right off, you cut it, because it has rotted. And you'll just cut it until the green part. Some of these are yellow. If you look, like see these, they're like yellow. Completely fine, completely fine. The thing is, the pot that I want to use for this guy, another plant is already in. So we're going to rob him. We're going to rob that plant. And it's this one. We're going to take his home. So I want this plant, this pot, because look at this. Do you see how much like airflow? This pot has like a ton of airflow. So it will make a better orchid pot. Bro, I have like the squeakiest chair ever made. I do need a new chair though. Ah! Can you hear this? You don't hear it? Okay, good. Ah, sorry. All right, we're gonna make this guy naked. See how all of the dirt just fell away instantly and showed me the roots? That is what happens when you make your own soil mix. And that is what you want. You want that to happen. That is goated. Bang! So he will be going in here. But our orchid will be going in here. This is just water. Why do we want that to happen? Because, believe it or not, since, you know, it's very common to be like, plant want water, which is normal, but plant want air as well. So, if you're only giving water, plant die. You also have to give plant air. That's also why if you have a plant in a pot with no holes on the bottom for the water to like run out of, it will die. That plant is a ticking time bomb. It's just a matter of when, not if. So you have to have drainage holes. Because your plant will suffocate. Water isn't the problem. Water isn't the problem, it's a lack of drainage holes. Because plants can virtually all be grown hydroponically, which is like completely in water, you know? Wow, Freaky P, wow, seriously? Seriously? No, okay, that's fine. Whatever, I don't even care. Seriously? Yeah, hydroponic. Yeah. And today I have a plant, this guy, who I will be moving to hydroponics. First I have to get rid of this. Seriously, Easy P? God, I need this bucket, but it is trapped. Here we go. Get out. This is the old soil. Ew. Bang. Okay. Let's make new soil for this chud. I do not use soil. I don't use dirt. Recently I switched because to like a better version. What the H are you doing? I'm doing plant chores. Ow, my hand! Ow. I recently switched away from dirt to this. Hang on. to this. You're gonna be like, what the heck, that's dirt. It's coconut coir. I just spilled it everywhere. But like, it's not dirt. It's like the ground up, like, shavings of coconut husks. So, with normal dirt, right? With normal dirt, if you took some in your hand like this, and you squeezed it as hard as you can, it would stay in that lump, and it would compact and stick together. So that is not what you want, because as you're watering it, the weight of the water will compact your dirt and suffocate its roots. So this, as you can see, I squeeze it as hard as I can, and it'll still not become like a rock. You would think normal dirt is like that, but it's not. It becomes like a rock. I need more. Why did I put this in the most difficult to access spot? Frick. I am strong enough. I am, I swear. Well, you can kind of see it better in this white pot. Wait, it low-key just looks like dirt. So, this is the mix that I use for monsteras. I use coir. This is coir. This is the monstera, my chuddy. And then, this is called perlite, or pumice. It makes it so that as you're watering, it doesn't like compact again, you know? And it also is non-absorbent, so it makes it so your plants are not just sitting in water, which monsteras hate because they climb trees. Now this stuff is toxic to breathe, but I'm not a bitch. However, wear PPE. Wear a mask. Mask up. Now I'm also putting the coconut husk like chunk things in, because these guys like a chunky mix. So with the chunky mix, this also makes it so you're not suffocating the roots. And these wood chips are also coconut. They're coconut chips from the like coconut shells. So this is like mostly, this is very edible. What would happen if you baked this mixture? Now this is where it stops being edible. This is worm poop. So, this is worm poop. Yeah, I spent my money on worm poop. But it's special worm poop. They feed the worms like a 5-star meal, okay, like tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff. And then their poop becomes completely organic and good for your plants. So we're also adding worm poop because this is like a kind of natural fertilizer. And that is it. That is it. And then you mix that bitch. Where's my stick? This is my stick. Bam. Is that rice? That's perlite. Dinner's ready. Guys, I hope you're hungry. Bang. The perfect soil mixture. Why is it so... What if I change these lights and I angle them more? So like when I show this now, yeah, there's more light, see? Yay. Bang. So, Monstera. This is a Monstera. A Monstera deliciosa. It could be a Monstera borsigiana, but I'm not sure. This, the like stem here, Monsteras have like a very clear back of them. And this is because like they like to climb. I'm not giving this guy something to climb. I'm going to wait until he's a bit bigger. But normally you would give him a pole, and they would climb the pole. Also, when you're repotting a plant, don't like pack it down like crazy. Yeah, bare hand grab poop. Yep. Bro, this shit is serious, man. This shit is serious. You gotta freaking get in there, man. We've evolved over so many years to have such dexterity. I need to use it. So you also wanna beat the fuck out of it. You wanna slap it. Like, you wanna smack it and yell at it. That's because you want the roots to grab onto the soil. You want it to like settle all up in between the roots. So you wanna punch it and slap it? Yeah. Done. That is a plant. Plant. Bang. Now that we've robbed this man, we can take his pot. Okay, orchid. Back to the orchid. Here's what you are going to use to repot your orchid. That is it, bitch. These grow on trees. They grab onto the freaking bark of the trunk of the tree, and that's it. So you are only going to use bark. Now it's kind of cringe because you have to like shove it up in its roots. But he'll live. It's good for him. Also, I'm surprised this plant didn't have a plug. Most orchids do. So that's like very OP. You're just gonna want to find like a crack in the roots. There's a bug! Go away! You just want to use the like crack in the roots to shove it into the roots, you know? You know what I mean? And you never bury the leaf. Do you freaking hear me? Never. Now normally I would use orchid bark, like special for orchids. I buy coconut chips in bulk, you know? Oh, sorry. I buy the coconut chips in bulk, so I just have too many of these to be able to justify buying a different kind of wood chip. Do you know what I mean? Is something burning? Oh, it's a humidifier, yeah. It's a humidifier. Yeah, it's on right now. Good eye, though. Can you imagine if you just, like, saved my life? Okay, bang. So when you're potting your new orchid, which you will use to show everyone that you are the best at plants, when you're potting it, okay, you're not gonna want to bury these roots. Here, wait. Let me get like a flashlight. Damn. Like, damn, why is it so dark? So you see how there's like roots still sticking out? This is like how you want it. And he's got a yellowing leaf here. He's got a yellow leaf, which I might remove eventually. But I'll let him chill first. You don't want to cover those because the way that orchids grow it's crazy. They'll push themselves up and out of the pot. So those are gonna end up on your floor anyway. And on the 4th day of potting plants, Journey said, "Let there be light." Wait, did I turn my flashlight off? I did not. I'm not sure if I want to stake this guy back up or if I want to leave him, you know, au natural. But I love a natural orchid, man. Maybe I just let him droop. What do you think? But there you go, dude. That's it. That's it. And now, what you're gonna do is, because these roots we didn't bury, you're gonna peek at those, and when they're white and silvery and they look like ashy, you're gonna water them. You just look at him! He has a color indicator. He has a freaking color indicator for when to water him. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let him droop. But how do I water him? I will show you. This poor guy, his leaves are so bummed. I will show you. I think this will be the best way to show you. Goodbye, Jack. Have a good day. That is right in front of the chat room. Bang. Okay, now this is where I'm doing too much. This is where I'm doing too much. Okay? You don't have to, everything I'm about to do to this water, you do not have to do. You don't have to do. You can just water your damn orchid, you know? But I'm doing too much. So, I do too much. Now this is a jug of tap water. I know it's labeled, but it's just tap water. I do too much. I do too much. Because because I am a bit, wait. I am a bit fascinated with the idea of giving a plant the exact perfect conditions and what that will get me. I want a plant to have exactly the perfect conditions so I can see just how fucking crazy it can grow. I want to see how fast it can grow, you know? Americans with the chemicals. Okay, this is all organic because a plant is organic, and if you gave it something not organic, it would die. So. Oh my god, these Americans and their science. Ugh. Everything's all about science with you guys. Well, actually, no. Low-key Americans are... I'm gonna pump my plant with ivermectin. How about that? Okay, I just realized I have a light in the corner that I should turn on because it might make this brighter. Also, I'm gonna unshade some of my window. Hang on. I think this will make it like better lit in here. It's like really dark. But there's this like wire. Oh god. There's like a, oh god. There's a wire. That's so much brighter. Okay. I do too much. But Ballin has a bit of a point, right? Like Americans with their chemicals, because our tap water is very hard. It's got a lot of chemicals in it, and it's treated with chlorine, and in some instances, chloramine as well. So, your plant can't drink that, you know? Like in the wild, your plant will never encounter chlorine directly on its roots. Now, yeah, and it turns all of the frogs gay. Exactly. So, what we do is, this is for freshwater aquariums. But bro, this will last the rest of your life. The expiration date is like so far out, but also, how much of this do you think we need per 1 gallon to dechlorinate it and make it conditioned water? How much do you think we need per 1 gallon? 4 drops. Okay, so you've done your homework. It's 4 drops. I hate you. How did you know that? How did you know that? Bang. How did you know because you don't have to do this, obviously, but since I just repotted my orchid, it's gonna be very stressed. It might completely kill one of its stems. Which is okay. They always come back. Yanni! Hello! Laurel. Hello, Jern of the Jungle. I'll have one salad with extra ranch. Seriously? Bang. Now, I'm very extra. So I test the pH of my water. Because if your water isn't a normal pH, maybe like your fertilizer is like fucking with the pH of your water, you'll get what people in the trade call nutrient lockout, which is basically like the water, it's like you're not even watering your plant. This isn't very common, but again, I do too much. I do too much. Science. This is why I test for pH. This is not what you want to see. You see this? So this color is way too blue. If I hold it up directly to the light, it's clearer. But this is way too blue. You want it to be, plants like it a bit acidic. So you want it to be like a yellow green. You know what I mean? So we need to lower the pH. This is how I do it. I have a bunch of hydroponics stuff. Jesus. And you're gonna want to be careful with this because it is corrosive to skin. Now, you just go one drop at a time. So I'm flushing my beaker. Technically, that's a graduated cylinder. Shut up, Kadia. Shut up. Maybe wear gloves? You can't make me. And we test again. Damn, girl, you need a longer pipette. Mods, get him. This is still a bit dark for my liking. So I'm going another drop. Nice, super long. Thank you. I got this for the fish tank. Okay, it's called Dark Humor Snowflake. Seriously? This is what you want to see. You see how it's like a light green? That is the correct pH. Now, I've got to grab the cap that fell. 1 second. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. It looks like I just got fucking beat up off cam. And then anytime you're working with hydroponic stuff, you're gonna want to rinse your hands after. Because if there's like a stray drop on your hand, it will eat your skin. Do not eat it! No! You will die. Okay. I also had fertilizer. This is my fertilizer. It's like the default. It's not Miracle Grow, but it's like an organic fertilizer. Okay, I hate schedules. I will not stick to a damn schedule. Do not give me a schedule. So, instead of watering at the dose that it says on the thing, I water a very weak dose in every watering. And recently I watched a video of this this freaking houseplant pro. And he said he does the same thing. So feel free to do that. Is it like Doki water? I don't know. It is nitrogen, ammoniacal nitrogen, nitrate nitrogen, phosphate, soluble potash, calcium, magnesium, cobalt, copper, chelated copper, iron, chelated iron, manganese, chelated manganese, molybdenum, zinc, that's it. This is my fertilizer. I gotta go. Now I'm about to freak y'all out. Because I know what you're thinking. I'm about to just pour some water on here, and it's gonna run out the sides and be cringe and annoying. How do I water a plant? This is where everyone gets it wrong. I'm serious. This is where, like, this is how you know you are a noob. Is how you water your plant. Don't you have to freeze it into an ice cube first? No. No. There is no such thing as too much water. You cannot give your plant too much water. There is no such thing. But you can water it too often. So when your plant is thirsty, you reached your freaking nasty finger in there and it's dry and it's time to water it. You give that bitch as much water as she wants. Here's what I do. You see her in there? Can you see her? Bang. And then she'll sit in that for like 10 to 30 minutes. She will sit there. She is like drowning in water. She's fully submerged. But what's important is you don't get any in that little hole in the top. And then the like cocoa chip guys will wick up. So I like sit it. What I do? It's like the lazy water. I sit it down in the water so that it wicks up from the bottom. You know what I mean? Into the roots. And this also helps prevent fungus gnats, which is like the most common little shit that you're gonna get on your plants. But that's why I have these. Bang. I don't get it. Why? Why? Yeah, those are tea bags. Well, they're like aquarium media bags with like a zipper. And they're full of, they're called mosquito bits. And it's like a granular like fertilizer. And, or no, a granular pesticide. And I'll put that like in my watering can. And then I'll pour the water in. And I'll make like tea out of that pesticide. Because fungus gnats lay their eggs in your soil. So if you have a bunch of little tiny flies around your plant, those are not fruit flies. They're fungus gnats, and there is a way to rid of them. It is possible. You grow mushrooms and stuff? I don't know, I don't really think mushrooms are that goated. I have white little spiders on my plant. Okay. Your plant will die. Those are called spider mites. And your plant will die. Yeah, neem oil does not cut it with fungus gnats. There is a way to save it though. Fucking A and fucking B over here. This is what you need. Insecticidal soap, okay? Buy this now. Buy this now. Get it on Amazon, it's like $8. You need to buy that now. Then you're gonna think about buying this one, but ultimately, you're gonna get 70% isopropyl alcohol. And you're just gonna spray down your plants. But not the soil or the roots. You're just gonna... And make sure, okay? Here's what I do. Microfiber gloves, bro. This is the most OP shit when you have plants. Because you have to spray a lot of shit on them to keep stuff from wanting to eat it. And you have to spray the top of the leaf, the bottom of the leaf, the stem. But this is stuff that can't soak into the soil, because if it drinks it from the roots, it'll die. So you get a freaking microfiber glove and you could just use your hands. It's, oh my god, it's so OP, it's so OP. But listen, if you have the isopropyl alcohol, make sure it's 70%, and make sure you're spraying the leaves with it, like at night, and you're letting it fully dry before you put it in the sun or anything like that, where like sun is touching it. Because if the sun is touching it with that isopropyl alcohol on it, it will give it leaf burn, and it's irreversible. So you'll want to do it at night. And after you do that, if you want to prevent them from coming back, you can get neem oil. But I'm still like very on the fence on if neem oil really is a pesticide product. Like, I think the most useful thing about neem oil is that it oils up your plants so that dust can't like settle on the leaves and they can photosynthesize more. So like if your plant's got dusty leaves, it'll die because it's blocking the sun. You know what I mean? So I think that's way more useful than whatever like pest shit it does. But I don't know. Yeah, you have to oil up your plant. You have to take it out to dinner. Oh, you guys keep seeing the smoke? Yeah. Normally you can't see it. It's set to like turn on if my room drops like below 60% humidity, which like the ambient humidity outside is higher than 60%, but I have a fan on in here and like a bunch of shit that'll soak up the humidity, so I just make sure it stays like ambient around 60, because I have a lot of calatheas, like this guy. Look at his awesome leaf. Like, what the frick? Like, what the frick? Weird. This is a mosaic calathea. This guy's getting repotted today. I gotta do that actually right now. Look, he's going in a bumblebee pot! Are you serious? Look! This is his new home. He's going in a little bumblebee pot. Look at this pot. He got a bumblebee on it. Yes! Yes! How often are you repotting? Once they've outgrown, but like the way that you know is when you take your plant out, if those roots on the bottom of the pot, of like right here, if they're circling around a lot and starting to even poke out of the drainage holes, he wants more room. And so what you'll do is you'll take him out and you'll kind of pull apart the bottom ones that are circling to prevent them from circling more, and you'll put them back in. This guy I put into this smaller pot so that he wouldn't be as stressed and swimming in his pot. But now I hear a cat. What the frick? I hear a cat. But now, we repot. Now this is a calathea. So like, bro, calatheas are bitches. They will get crispy, crunchy, for like no reason. Like this. So what I do is I cut them bitches off. Sorry. No ugly plants in my house. But it's actually because if it's like something fungal, you know, I don't want it to spread to the other leaves. What do you mean, okay, Drake? What do you mean, okay, Drake? What does Drake have to do with this? Seriously? Okay, wait. First I have to make the soil. Nah. Disinfect. Clean the table? No. There's so much shit on this damn table. God! Oh, it's so heavy. Ugh. Plant heavy. Water heavy. Okay, we need more soil. Do I need vermiculite? Tell me about your plant. Tell me what it is. Vermiculite is perlite that is able to absorb water. So, the use of perlite in the soil is to make sure that the water runs through and it doesn't stay saturated for too long and give your plants root rot. So they're just sitting in the water, and it keeps it chunky so that when you repot, it just falls away from the roots. But, wait, the song is sad? Wait, I'll skip it. I can't hear the music. Is that one better? Monstera, Orchid, and Sansevieria. Okay, then no. You do not need vermiculite. Yes? Okay. Good. Yeah, you do not need vermiculite. I'm gonna be honest. You can make just about any soil formulation that your heart desires with cocoa bark, perlite, and then either dirt or cocoa coir. So the coir is like what I've replaced the dirt with, because there's a lot of reasons that I would like very much recommend not using dirt on your plants, as insane as that sounds. But it's because dirt is not inert. You know what I mean? It will decompose and it will rot and it will attract things that eat the rot, and you know what I mean? So as your base, as the thing that looks like dirt, I would use cocoa coir, which feels like dirt, acts like dirt, but it is completely inert and it won't create random shit in your soil, you know? Because as your dirt breaks down, like, who knows what the fuck is in there? Like, say you're using dirt that has like a pine needle in it. If there's a pine needle in the substrate of your plant, now the pH every time you water is going to be a lot higher. And over time, that pine needle will also degrade and things will come and try to eat the potential bacteria that grows from it. So to minimize just stress, like, and all the cringe, I just use coconut coir instead of dirt. Now this is a calathea, so it wants really... He likes to be moist. So I'm not gonna use as much chunks. Dang, you're locked in on your plant knowledge? The wrinkles in your brain must be plant-shaped. Yeah, I'm, like, severely under-medicated. What do you think of making your own dirt? Like compost? That is great for the garden, but horrible for houseplants. I'm sorry. That's great for outside, though. That is so good for outside. Like, if you're growing, like, flowers and, you know, like, fruits and vegetables. Inside, that is so bad. You don't want to use compost for your indoor houseplants. For the same reason you don't want to make... I know it's so cringe, like, oh, we should be so, like, resourceful. You should. But, like, if your intent is to do it because your plants might like it, they will not like it. They will not like the compost. But, like, for something like a veggie garden, that is incredible. Because those plants will love it. They will love that. The thing about our plants is that they are in a pot. You know? So, all of the bad, instead of seeping into the earth, away from the, you know, plant, like things that are outside, the thing about being in a pot is they will sit in the poop. They will sit in all the bacteria, and it'll fester, and it'll grow. And I've had plants who the top of them has like a mold, like a white mold on it. Because I would go to the damn store and I would just get like a Miracle Grow potting dirt, and I would do like what's in here with the perlite and the bark, but instead of coconut coir, I would use the dirt. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? What the fuck? Dirt is biodegradable. It breaks down. And you don't know what that dirt is made of, you know? So, if you're doing too much like me, you're not even using dirt. You're not even using the dirt. But that's me doing too much. That's me doing a little too much. But the freaking... The coir is so cheap. It's like $9 for 2 bricks of it, and 2 bricks makes like, oh my god, enough for a million plants. Like, it's so much. Dirt. If it's in a pot, you no longer have the eternal war between bacteria and fungus, keeping things in check. Yeah. You want it inert. You want it to be inert. So that when you fertilize your plant, you're not fertilizing the bacteria. Because when you go to give your plant fertilizer, your bacteria could eat it instead. You know? Are there special lamps you use to simulate sunlight? Yeah, I have a few. The cheapest ones, and the most like efficient and effective, are gonna be from the brand Sansi, S-A-N-S-I, or Barina. Those ones, these are Barina clip-on grow bulbs, and they work completely. The way you know that they work is with one of these. This is a light meter. This will tell you in either foot candles or lux how much light reaches this probe. This was like $11. This is what I mean by if you know what you're doing, then you can literally have thriving plants, you know? I want to show you, but I don't know how. Here, I'll just turn it on. So see how right now it's reading 0? I don't know if it'll read much light in here. Yeah, 15 right now from where this probe is. So like this leaf right here is only getting about 50. And that is only because of these grow lights that are kind of spilling a little bit. Your plants are gonna want anywhere from 100 to 500 if you want to ensure that they, you know, are constantly putting out new leaves. Like if you want your plant to grow, you're gonna do 400 to 500. But if you just don't really mind, like your plant could look exactly like it looks right now, and it's whatever, you just want to make sure it doesn't die, then anywhere from like, I'm gonna say 100 to 300, but I've kept plants in 50, and they're not happy, but they're not dead. But like this guy, he's, look how big he is, you know what I mean? And he's got these grow bulbs. Yeah, the grow lights absolutely work. Use, probably Sansi is the cheapest, S-A-N-S-I. And there's like these clip-on ones, and you could buy just the bulb, and then find like a lamp with a compatible wattage. So say you get like a 36 watt grow bulb from Sansi, then you can get just like a default lamp at the store with a maximum wattage of like, you know, 100. Screw in the E26 socket bulb, and you could just put it in anything. Just make sure it's not an enclosed lamp, you know, like a lamp that has a lid and a shade around it where there's no air reaching the bulb. You want something like a cone, because it does heat up. I once had a cactus that died of lack of water. Yeah, that's what a lot of people get wrong about like cactuses and succulents, is like they do want water. Like when they dry out, they want water. And they need like so much light. They need so much light. It's just they need to fully dry out until you water them again. Whereas something like my calathea, I water it when it's probably like 70% dried out, and I never let it fully dry out because it's a completely tropical plant. Like I'm talking, this bitch naturally occurs in the rainforest. So I'm like, it does not make sense for this guy to ever dry out. So I don't let him dry out. Hello, Ajay. I have one of the slow drip water thingies for my calathea plant. Are they all right? I would only do that if you're like going out of town. And I would make sure that your plant is like dead dry first. If you're someone that's like super busy and you kind of just don't want to monitor your plant and like when to water it, it's probably fine. But you want to water your plant once it's pretty dry. You'll want to like stick your grubby little finger into the soil up to like your knuckle, not the first one, like the second one. And if that is dry, water it. Or you can get a moisture meter on Amazon for $8, $9. And it looks like a little stick that you stick in the plant. And you'll stick it all the way to the bottom. And if it's like pretty close to dry, you water it. I'm too lazy to get one of those because I have a finger. I just like shove it in my plant. But those work too. Since a calathea is like in the freaking rainforest, this mix is gonna be a lot less chunky. But not this less. God, hey. Do you ever use one of those glass ball tubes? No. Like I just, like, I'm already only watering once I feel like the plant soil is dry. Like I'm sticking my damn finger in there, and when it's dry, I'm watering. And I'm still occasionally getting a plant with root rot. And I've got the drainage holes, I've got the chunky soil, I'm watering when it's totally dry. So it's like so easy to accidentally give your plant root rot. Like insanely easy. So I don't know, I just wouldn't trust that. Those are good for something like a moss pole, because then it'll slow drip the water to keep the moss like moist. But other than that, like I personally wouldn't use it. But I would like just do your own research, because I've never looked into them enough. I just know the principle of that isn't like the greatest. I need worm poop. Bang. Bang. Can't say ew. You can't say ew. This shit is freaking serious, yo. We're getting connected to nature. Everyone's always saying touch grass. Bring the grass into your room, and then it is the best of both worlds. Just bring the grass to you. And then you never have to leave, and you can touch grass from the comfort of your computer. You ever thought about that? I don't know if this is enough. I don't know if this is enough. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Bang. What if I allergies? Then don't get flowers. Genius. Just don't get flowers. I wonder if orchids cause allergies. Are you drinking? Now, see how all the water is running out of the plant? He's peeing! So all the water pissing out of the bottom of this goes to show you that you cannot give your plant too much water. You can only give it too frequent water, because it will not absorb the water that it doesn't need. Now my plan for this guy was, oops, sorry. I was gonna stick him in a mug. I was gonna take this plant, like potter thing, and pop it in a freaking mug. He could just piss on the table, that's fine. And then I have a little cup of orchid. Now I'm probably not gonna water that guy again for like 2 weeks, you know? And I have a very mature orchid, a big one, that had 3 stems of flowers. He's still flowering. There's like 20 flowers on him. He's got massive leaves. And they're so, I can't even remember when I last watered that guy. But because I have him in a clear pot, when I go to check, I just see when the color is needing water. You know what I mean? They're so easy. Your grandma grows edible flowers, what the hell? I don't know anything about like outdoor plants, like anything. If you have a cat that likes to chew plants, I would make sure whenever you buy a plant that it says like pet safe. Because some plants, like the ones that are not pet safe, the reason they're not pet safe is because the cells inside them are like a ton of tiny freaking needles when they're crushed. And for a tiny little kitty, that will scratch the fuck out of their throat, their stomach. It'll scratch coming out. And it's the plant's like defense against being eaten in the wild. But it's also the plant's defense against your freaking kitty cat. It's made of knives, man. The frick? Oh, sorry. Do not take your cats outside, they will kill the birds. Or they will run away. Woohoo, my god! Shoddy! You are root bound! Ooh. You see these roots? Like swirling around here? This guy wants to grow. So I'm just gonna break the circle so that the roots stop circling. Calatheas do not like their roots touched at all. They will get really pissed at you. Like, very mad. Calatheas love to show you how pissed they are by crunching and crisping up all of their damn leaves. Now this pot is a bit big. Normally you only want to go up about 1 pot size when you're repotting. So like if you have a plant in like a 6-inch pot, you're gonna want to go to like a 7-inch pot, 6-7. Sorry. But that's just to prevent you from overwatering, and I've got my shit on lock. I've got my shit, you know. So I'm going a little bigger. This is definitely not enough. I need to make more. Chicken. Yup. Yup. Might be enough. I always put the old pot inside and then the new earth around it. But you're taking it off, right? Like you're not putting this in the new one? Because then how are the roots going to go into the new earth if it's still in his cage? Because, you know, the point of repotting is so the roots can stretch bigger and then the plant grow bigger. So if this is in there and I'm just putting the dirt on the outside, the roots will never contact. Oh, I pull it out and there's I see, okay. That's good. Yeah. I was like, Oh my god, he's so fat. Oh god. Jesus. Freaking big fat chud over here, man. Big chud. Chud alert. Where the weed plant at? Nowhere, bro. Weed makes me scared. Weed makes me scared. Not enough at all, and I was tweaking, thinking that it was. Intense piano? Bro, I wish I could hear the music. My Bluetooth headphones just, like, do not work. Like, they want to be connected by the dongle, and I cannot find the dongle. No. Okay, I need more. I need more. God, he's even fatter. Jesus, he's so fat. What a fucking chud. Fat. God. Yeah, I can't lie, the oxygen in here is, it's really good. This room smells nice. Okay, this stuff is toxic to breathe. So before, if you're ever working with perlite, before you start like pouring it, it will always make dust. So you're gonna want to spray it down and like give it a shake and like spray it, because the dust will cause cancer. It's like the #1 killer of like gardeners and growers. Do you know what I mean? Is perlite cancer. So yeah, wear a mask, or if you water it, it doesn't create dust. So be careful. Be careful, there's cancer dust. I need this. Excuse me, I need that. Oh god. Excuse me. Oh, he peed everywhere. Seriously. He peed everywhere. Oh. Look at him though, he's so pretty. Bro, it's like he's like, wait, low key, this is his dick. This is his dick, right? Cause like he's trying to breed. He's got his... He's like hanging his day out. No? Replanting Amazon jungle stream. That's right, bitch. That's fucking right, bitch. Sorry, I just waved that in your face. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm like engulfed in plants right now. Yeah. Yeah, this is the best day ever. What about it? My hands are covered in worm poop. True, Spoon, actually true. Oh my god, this guy's very fat. Ugh. Jesus. Oh, you heavy bitch. And bang. How often do you do this? Not often. If it's a new plant, you'll have to do it pretty soon, you know, sooner than later. You could get away with waiting, like, you could wait like a couple weeks to a month before repotting a new plant into better soil, but it will need to be done. But if it's a plant that, like, you already have in your own soil, which is, like, good, and not the shitty big box store soil, then you just pop it out, put it in the new one, and it's, like, easy peasy. And that guy will be good for, like, 6 months to, like, a year. Now I will murder him. Where is the crispy crunchy? Where did it go? He's hiding it. Huh. So, here's a better look at this guy's leaves, because they're so cool. Or it just will never focus. Please. Oh, I don't know what I just clicked. Sorry. There we go. Look how crazy! Like, what the fuck? It's like a bunch of squares. He's in a frickin' bumblebee pot. Are you serious? Bang. Oh god, he's really fat though. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh. God. God. Go away. Oh. That's a fat chud. Okay. Next. I'm just that weak. Yeah, I'm just very weak. Yeah. Next. Okay, bye. Goodbye. Wander the mouse. Next, I will be converting this guy to hydroponics. This guy is insane. And the back of his leaves are red. This is a begonia maculata. There's a bird right outside my window watching me from the branch. Am I Snow White? And look, the backs of the leaves are red. Now this guy is very depressed because I have chopped him up and propagated the fuck out of him because he's very sparse. He's got like no leaves. And he's a bit difficult to make thrive. He's a bit difficult, but he likes a lot of light and he likes to be very moist, so I'm converting him to semi-hydroponics. But first he gets a massage. Why he red though? To trick people into thinking he's poisonous. First he needs a massage. How often do you have to do all this? As often or as not often as, you know, I want. But I'm like trying to give the plants the like ideal conditions to grow as good as they can. So I like enjoy the trial and error. But it's like, you know, definitely not required. Like you could just take this plant and stick it somewhere and then when it dies, you're like, oh well. But I won't let him die. Okay, first, he needs a massage. This is silica spray that I homemade. It's good for when you're about to stress your plants the fuck out. It helps them with things that would stress them, such as repotting or such as converting to hydroponics. They absorb the silicate through their leaves And their stems. This is plant Xanax, yeah. It also helps them finish new leaves faster. Bang. I spray it right on the plant because it's not very bad for the plant. Because you can also take the silicate and dilute it and water the plant with it so that it could absorb it through the roots. So there's no damage caused by just spraying it right on the plant. I forgot what container I was gonna put this shoddy in. Maybe I wrote it down. I did not. Where was I gonna? Oh, dude. You know that bump on the back of my head that I had x-rayed? Ow. That bitch has been hurting. I will not go to the doctor though. Sorry. Sorry. I remember now. Let me check. Yup. Perfect. Okay. Get it checked, girl? No. I don't want to know. We're going to be doing a bit of freaky BDSM as well to him. We're gonna be like tying him up and shit and like getting really freaky. As long as that's like okay with you. I'm not even joking. Step 1 of growing your plant hydroponically. No dirt. And I'm talking no dirt. Any dirt that's left on the roots will simply rot. Because it's just sitting in water. So it'll grow like algae and stuff, and then it will rot. Like, what the fuck is that, girl? What is in here? Girl, your new leaf is dead. This poor baby. So I try to get off as much as I can, like with a brush. And then, your best bet is water. Alaska. So you wanna make poop water? You're gonna make a disgusting sludge of poop water. Write that down. Very important that the water is very poopy. Very poopy, very sludgy, very sewagey. Very disgusting. Very important. Yummy. Poop. Is that what you had in your cup? Yeah. So I personally, I will save this, and I'll drink it. It's good for you. You can have a little bit of poop water as a treat. There was boiling poop up in the kettle. You can have poop water as a treat. As a little bit of like a treat. This guy is hanging on by like a thread. So do not be scared to prune your plants. A lot of times pruning signals to the plant, fuck, I need to grow. So for example, with this guy right here, I pruned him down here, and he shot out 2 stems instead. This is how you get the bushy plants. See, but low-key, okay, if you're, like, seriously, like, medically stupid like me, hang on, let me start over. If you're, like, okay. I'm just gonna stick with it. If you got a little, some screws loose in there, plants are the best possible hobby you can have. Because, man, I love me a YouTube video. Okay? I love a damn YouTube video, bitch! And I know you do too. Who doesn't love a quick little YouTube video, okay? Now, I always get this freaking itch, like, when I'm watching something on YouTube, that, like, even if it's, like, the most interesting video in the world and I'm enjoying watching it, I'll be like, I want to do something, though. This is why plants are the best, because there's just infinite things you can always do if you want to, but you don't have to. And it's just, like, something to do with your hands, you know? Like, and you can have a YouTube video on. It requires, like, no skill in the way that, like, painting or, like, knitting would. You know what I mean? And you get to see, like, your effort rewarded, you know? It's very satisfying. I'm gonna get clean water, and we're gonna go again. Yeah, I got a Home Depot Halloween mini bucket. So what? You sound like my mom when I ask her why she wastes time on flowers. Yeah, but like, is your mom watching like a YouTube video about like the new Elder Scrolls Sentinel game leaks while she's doing it? Yes, I'm waterboarding the plant, okay? A plant can be waterboarded a little bit as a treat. And then after, you tie it up. And you get real freaky with the plant. Right. We're freakulating our plants. Good enough. Good enough for me. Oy. Ow. Now I'm a bit torn because I don't know if the stem is rotted. Oh yeah, it rotted. Yeah. Down here. Yeah, this guy's gotta go. Sheesh! I'm glad I checked that. Oh my god. Buddy. So that could spread to the other stem, which we do not want. So we prune until there's no more black. So now he's looking even more sparse. Wee! Wee! Yay! Yay! Wee! It's bath time! Yay! Yay! And this is another, look at this. This is why you shouldn't be scared to prune. Can you see, on the very tip here, there's like a little bit of green coming out of where I chopped? Maybe. It's kind of hard to see. It's hard to see even for me, so don't worry. But it's shooting out new shit from where I cut it. So like, cut your plants. If your plants aren't growing, that might just be like what they need, you know? Give them a little cut. So I'm trying to remove as much dirt as I possibly can before putting this guy into hydroponics. Now when you first put a plant into hydroponics, he will be pissed because soil roots and water roots are different, and he does not have any water roots, but they grow like really fast, so he will not be mad for long. And then in the end, ultimately, he will be happier. Need my little brush. Look at this little fuck-ass brush. Like, what? This came with something. Like, something for the fish tank I don't know what. But it's, I've found a lot of use for it.
Little fuckastorn, little fuckastorn,
That
little
is probably so
fuckastorn.
loud. I
Why
can
is the
hear
small
that out of my
fuckastorn
headphones on
from
my
little?
desk.
Look at the little shorn. It is so tiny and little with her little fuckus hat and her silly little face. I love this little fuckus shorn. Dito fuckastorn.
Damn, that would have rotted like crazy. It's very delicate work. It's very delicate. Need someone to do that to my nerve endings? I want someone to like take, like I want to be able to like remove all of my bones and like wash them in ice water. That sounds like it would feel so good. Just a bone, like a ice water bone bath. Oh. Tell me that do not sound like it would feel good. Like imagine it didn't hurt and you could remove them like a hat. The fuck are we saying? Just a bunch of bullshit, honestly. The perlite cancer. This is good enough for me. Bang. So you know how I just cut off the rot from one of those stems on here that was like rotten? Now imagine I went to just like the next plant. Imagine I just went to the next plant and just started chopping that plant now. Bang! Now that plant is gonna rot. Freaking disinfect your shit, or all of your plants will die. That's what happened to me. Where's my little fuck ass pot? I'm actually gonna use the orchid pot because the red matches the red on the back, and I think that's kind of slay. Okay, so we're sizing down. Yeah, this should be good. Bang. You never want like too much pot to root ratio. You want it to be like pretty comfy in there. And now this pot is just like too big. It's too big. This used to be multiple plants in one pot, and then I divided it up. So now this guy go tiny. For the media, we'll be using a mix of perlite and leca. I buy my leca from IKEA. We don't have to be fancy. No need to be fancy. Oh, he's pissing. Leca is clay balls. Clay balls. It's a really good like hydroponic media because the clay wicks water into it while also creating space around the roots for them to like breathe. So it gets moisture to the roots without suffocating them with water. And what we're doing today is a bit advanced, but if you wanted to do this, you could do it, and I freaking believe in you. It's called semi-hydro, where it's not quite hydroponic. You'll see. I don't know how else to explain it. But this shit does need to be rinsed. I'm gonna do it in here. Do not piss on me, please. $10 if you eat one? How much is 10 bits after Twitch takes their cut? Like 3 cents, maybe? Bang. Oh, good. God. Look at this. Maybe you can hear this. Wait, ASMR.
Hi Journee, it's my birthday
Listen.
today, it's the next day here Journaga.
There's a TTS. Wait, Deep! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Deep! Can you hear the like water popping sounds it's making? Whoa. Bang. This is too thick. So we'll have to use twine. This is twine. Twine. We will be using this freaking twine to create a self-watering system for our plenty. Here's what we do. See all the drainage holes under? We're gonna take this and pop it through the hole. gonna thread it back down on the other side. Like that. But you want to leave that loop like that. See the loop? And then see these? This is so, when you pop it in here with water, it will wick up the water through this into the twine up here all throughout the media without having to drown the water, without having to drown the plant in water. So essentially, I'll be filling this pot to like probably here with water, and then it'll wick up slowly. And this is so when the plant wants to drink, it drinks whenever it wants. This is called a self-watering system. And what happens is, say the plant is like full, right? And the roots are just a bit like damp. Well, they're always damp, so it won't get root rot. But if the plant wants more water and he starts drinking, then as soon as he's done drinking, it will have already been wicked and replaced. But it's not too moist that it'll rot. So it essentially will always ensure that your plant has as much water as he wants. It's a bit genius. It is a bit genius. Why not do this with every plant? You could. You absolutely could. It just depends on what your plant likes and what you like and your schedule, I guess. And with hydroponic, unlike with soil, you're not gonna push it in. You're gonna shake it, and that's about it. Now, if you're gonna do this, though, you do have to be annoying and know the pH of your water. Because if your plant is living in water and the water is not a pH that the plant can even drink, GG. GG, your plant die. Now I'm just gonna do a flush of any of the perlite dust in there. But here you can see the wick, and you can see, you know, the different like media in there. This is good as well for a plant that you're rehabbing. So I think I would argue that I'm rehabbing this guy after I chopped him up and propagated him. But this is good because you can check on the roots to see how he's doing, you know, make sure that he's not pissed about anything. I'm just gonna flush it right here, fuck it. Bang! Beautiful! Beautiful! Done. Beautiful. Square not fit in round hole. But I like it like this so that I don't have to take out the nursery pot. If I want to top up the water, I can just pour it in the side. So what, I'm lazy. And this guy looks awesome because his back is red. So he kind of matches. Yay. Bang. Hydroponics. Bang. Another important thing is if you're ever gonna do this like hydroponically, you gotta fertilize heavier. So just do a little bit of a heavier dose. But I do want to move like a ton of plants to hydroponics. I think it's so sick. Oh, I've been putting this guy off. Oh, this chud is awesome, and I love him. He looks like a tree made of boobs. But take a frickin' look at this soil. That is the clackiest. Just, oh, it's so bad. It's like really dense. Very dense. And I don't want this guy to die. But recently, he had his first yellow leaf that he dropped. Which is not a good sign. And then the new leaf that he pushed out, you can see here, has got a bit of damage at the base where it meets the stem. And both of those things are a sign of overwatering, which is exactly what is happening to this guy in such dense soil. So I have to save his stupid life. Oh, but the soil is horrible. It's a really bad soil. It's very bad. Shout out Home Depot. Seriously, Zoil? God. Seriously? Cat Room, has anything that I've said or done today convinced you to attempt having a plant? Nope. No. No. Not even a little, and now I actually want one less. Look at these guys jiggling in the wind. Of course, we'll have a look. Damn! Damn, that's a lot of roots, boy. Damn! He's naked. Root check. So I would not even say that this guy necessarily needs to be repotted. But this soil is just so bad. Oh! And there's something growing out of it. There's little sprouts. What the fuck is that? Ooh. This top, like inch of soil is so crusty because it's so compacted. Plants look cool and green makes you relaxed, but are there any other pros to having plants in your room? Oxygen. If you're someone, it's not like they filter the pollutants. You know, people say it's like an air purifier. That was disproven. That's not real. You would need like 100,000 plants. But, they will create oxygen. And that's kind of like opening your window sort of thing, you know? So if you're in your room a lot, you're breathing out a ton of bad, and the plants will eat that and turn it back into good. So you don't get musty gamer air, you get outside air, but in your room. Yeah. And then you never have to go outside. I got an air fryer. Is that good enough? Yes. And make sure you put your plants into that. Plants can go in the air fryer a little bit as a treat. This guy has such delicate roots, and I know he is hating this. I think I'm putting him into the piss. I think I'm gonna put him in the piss, because I know he's not liking this. I'm sorry, buddy. Whoa! I knocked over the camera. Yay! Yay, pool time! Yay! Is the pH of piss good for plants? Maybe. When will you piss plants? Oh god, you're heavy now. Wow. Oh god. So what you have to do here is kind of like, you know when you go to the hairdresser and she like really gets in there? That's what you got to do to your plant when you're getting rid of all of this soil. What am I watching? Read the title, how about that, buddy? Plant chores. I'm doing chores for all of my houseplants. I'm doing plant chores. I got chores. Yeah, there's no world where I'm able to get rid of all of this. But as long as I can get rid of some, it's better. Another thing, so this is called a raindrop peperomia, this plant right here. And these thick ass, boob looking ass leaves, the reason that they're so thick is because they're storing water in there. So I don't want this guy in this dense fucking soil where he's gonna sit in water, because he is not needing that. He's got it. He's got it. He grabbed it. It's just a massive piece of plastic in there. Cool. And if you have houseplants, send me pictures of them in my Discord now. Do it. And if you ever need help with your houseplants, ask me in Discord. I got you. I watched this guy on YouTube, right? And he like just makes videos about his plants and shit. Oh, I don't know anything about outdoor plants though, by the way. But he just like makes videos about his plants, and he'll like give some tips and shit. And I always like to see if there's like something I haven't learned. But I went to like find some link for him, like I forget what. And he has this link on his channel where you can book a 30-minute like Calendly Google Meet with him, where you can like ask him questions about your plant or ask him questions about plants that you like want. He can like diagnose problems with your plant, and he charges like I think it's like $50 or something. I'm like, damn, you really can just be doing anything. Like, I wonder how many people have booked that meeting with that guy to like get their fucking plant diagnosed by the YouTube man. Yeah, it's like a Fiverr plant doctor. Ew, this is so nasty. God. Sprout, you're banned. I'm bad at CS and I don't know how to play chess. I don't know how to play chess. I never learned. Oh, there's so much claggy fucking soil, man. This is why you don't want soil. Look at this, ready? That is so much water. And now I have a ball, like the equivalent of like a rock, you know? And it won't fall apart, it stays like a ball. That's why dirt is bad. Because you want it to like free flow through the media, but the soil will fucking hold that water forever. And your plant will just rot. Bad soil. Oh my god. Why'd I wear a white shirt? Ugh. I'm just fucking playing in the mud right now, bro. I'm straight playing in the mud. This is now like more mud than water. What the fuck? I'm gonna go throw this out of my window. I'll be 2 seconds. Nice plants, thank you.
Thank you.
Don't die. Yay, pool day. I think that is as good as we are going to get. Ew, it's like I'm milking it. Ew, it's like I'm milking its teat. Ew, it's like a cow. Ew, it's like I'm milking the cow teat of my, ew. Ew, mods, do something. Ew, mods, come on, seriously. Why are you milking the boob plant? Come on, ew. Oh, man, gross. Jesus. I have put off repotting this guy. Oh my god. I think for like months. Because this soil is so cringe. It's like so claggy, man. Ugh. Like when I squeezed it, did you see how it was like a freaking sponge, dude? Ew. A small fly just flew in my face. Everyone is dead to me. Everyone. Ew. Lay down. Ew. I'm thinking this pot instead of that one. Of all of my plants, this one is the one that like I want to eat. He's just so like, he looks so delicious, you know? Like he does look like a yum crunchy. Mm. I am so glad that I bought a tarp. Let's smear the dirt on the table. Okay. I'm down. Yeah! Yay! That's a good one! Yeah. beautiful. Yay. Okay. He needs dirt though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's poop everywhere. That's just my mouse. Really nice. Bro, I have the fucking, oh my god, the like theatrical version of Drake's song stuck in my head from one reel. It was like, Manish on the beat, shabang. It just keeps replaying over and over again in my head. Manish on the beat, shabang. All of my ups, they're dead. God. Why do they gas me up? Where does it go? My head. The thought of that song playing in your head this entire time, it has been. It has been. Yeah. It has been. I love the dirt going into the desk scene. I've got a vacuum. We want this bitch chunky and full of poop. That's how I like my women. This is worm poop. It is good for the baby. Why are you question marking me? Was this something I said? Oh, I got poop all over me! Oh, I'm covered in poop. Oh, I'm covered in poop. This is good. This is good. Excuse me. Just chill there for a second. Oh, God, you chunky fuck. Bro, I'm so glad I'm doing this today. I've been putting this off. Oh my god. Oh. Like crazy. Have you ever gloved with your life on the line? No. But I have been to a rave before in high school where like someone tried to give me like a glove show and it was like my worst nightmare. Like, get away from me. Get away from me. What are you doing? Leave me alone. Manish on the beat, shabang. Wow. That is so much better. Yay! Jeez. And this guy's got a drainage hole at the bottom, but it's plugged up, so you have to unplug him so that he can drain. Yay! Happy plan. And I'm not watering that hoe for so fucking long because I dunked him in water and I like waterboarded him. So I'm probably not gonna water this fucker for like a month. But I am going to do the spray. He's getting sprayed. Where'd the gloves go? Because this guy's dusty. I also got a drainage hole. I'm ignoring it. I think I have worm poop in my mouth. This guy I'm not gonna spray directly, I'm just gonna do my gloves because I don't want him to get overwatered. But sometimes your plants will get this like powdery mildew looking shit on them. But that's just like built up salt, like mineral salts from watering. Totally fine. You just have to wipe it off. Or your plant is doing cocaine. If this is the case, please help him. Give him the help that he needs. Oh, I just cracked a leaf. Should I die? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So something sick about this guy that I will do in the future is once his little trunks down here turn brown, like the stem, that means it's like hardened off, and that part is like, he is a tree. So once he's stable, this trunk here is starting to turn brown a bit, one of them, but once he's stable like that, it means he's no longer considered juvenile, and you can start chopping his damn head off. So if you chop some trunk, like say I were to chop his head off right here, then he would sprout into 2 branches that would stick out like that, maybe 3, and those would all get leaves and be their own trunks. So you can get a really bushy fucker, a really bushy boob plant. Which I will do one day. God willing, I don't kill it. Stand up straight. W bushy boob plant. That's right, that's right, that's right. What the fuck was I gonna do with you? Do not ask me what kind of plant this is. I don't know. This is the only plant in my collection that I do not know what it is. Oh yeah. See, I suspect this guy has got pests. Because one of his leaves, I bought him like this. Let me show you. One of his leaves here, can you see how like the chlorophyll is like, you could see it through the leaf? And there's like that spotting where the chlorophyll is like missing. So it has this weird like rust look on it. Like it's got this like these spots. I suspect that this is from a pest called thrips. Thrips are little shits that eat your like plant's chlorophyll out of the actual cell wall of the plant. So they eat the like little green shit in there. They eat the chloroplasts, but they leave the shell. So this to me looks like thrip damage. So I was gonna treat this guy. I'll show you how. Coily, welcome in. First you got on your freak gloves, because you're about to get like super freaky. Pop them with this. I'm gonna wipe this all up in there. And if this doesn't work, I will be doing alcohol. But this plant is like so new and sensitive that I don't want to do the alcohol first. Excuse me, plant. And this is where having plants can be very cringe, because I must rub this fucking soap on the top and bottom of every leaf. Poisey, congrats on being a mod for a badillion years. Congrats. This is why I get microfiber gloves, by the way. Because, check this out. So when I'm going to, like, say this leaf right here, when I'm going to rub this in, as I'm rubbing this bitch, my fingers on the bottom are getting the back. So it takes the amount of time that it takes to do this, and it cuts it in half. It's genius. And then you're gonna want to take the plant stem, and you're just gonna want to jork it a little. Just like a little, though. Guys, having plants is serious business. Okay? I don't know what this emoji usage is for. That emote is vile? What emote? What pattern are your gloves? Brown. Why did I say it like that? Why did I say it like brown? Brown. Bound. Let me think about it. Bound. Bound. They're just bound. I lied. I'm gonna do the alcohol. I lied. I'm spraying my plant with alcohol. He's getting so freaking drunk right now. Oh my god, he's getting so drunk. Now the way alcohol works when you like do it on your plant is it dissolves the soft body insects exteriors immediately on contact. So if you're nervous about using alcohol for pest control like I am, theoretically you could flush the alcohol off after with water. Yeah, they turn into like the Mr. Krabs, like boiled fucking no shell. Yeah, if they're like, the thing about a lot of pests as well is they're too small to see, so you can only see the damage that they're doing. So this could end up being potentially purely precautionary. But whatever. But like, whatever. Do they get lit before their skin dissolves? I don't know. No. Ugh. There's just like a million chemicals in my eyes. God, this fuck-ass plant's just getting the absolute executive treatment right now. Mods, what's in my eye? Mods. Mods. Oh my god, come on. Please, mods. my god, it was a hair. That was really nasty. I could feel, like, when I pulled that hair off my face, I could feel it drag across my eyeball. Oh my god. That was horrible. That was alcohol? Didn't it get in the soil? No, I sprayed it towards the leaves and it dries pretty quick. So if any got on the top layer of soil, it dried. And there's no roots there, so it should not be a problem. Bang, bitch. You're healed. Bang. Plant. This guy's just the leafiest fuck I've ever seen. I just dropped dirt everywhere. Just a really leafy guy. Oh man, you're too fat. Why is he so fat? Ow. How about in here? Ugh. Oh god, heavy. Thoughts on this pot? That's fine. That's fine. That'll do. Oh, chunky. God, this freaking guy's really leaning. You know, I think I am gonna have to stake him up because he's so weak that it's pulling the crown out of the pot. So I'll just stake the heavy guy. Bang. His flowers were too heavy and it was pulling him out of the pot. Bang. Ugh. Does anybody else need attention? You need to be watered today. I don't think so. Oh, this guy's pot looks really lame. So I'm gonna stick it in this bucket I got at IKEA. To make it look cooler. Wait, you can't see his awesome leaf. It has a hole in it. Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants have been serviced. Oh, I forgot this one's so fat. Ah! That's a lot of plants. This is crazy. This looks crazy. I look insane. Jeez. And what you should have learned from this stream is go get an orchid. And I won't let you kill it. I will not let you kill it.